Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please call the roll.
Councilmember Erby?
Here.
Councilmember Page?
Here.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Here.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Here.
Councilmember O'Leary?
Here.
Councilmember Harder?
Here.
Mr. Vice Chair, we have a quorum.
I move for approval of the journal of the meeting of August 23rd, 2016.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Journal's approved.
Mr. Vice Chair, we have no bid openings this evening, so we'll move to communications. Under communications, there are no tax compromises, zoning matters, or road and bridge matters this evening, so we'll move to other communications. Under other communications, item number 1.
Receive and file, and that will be the order.
Item number 2.
Receive and file, and the county council will be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 3, second district.
Receive and file, and that will be the order.
Item number 4, sixth district.
Receive, file, and the change of managing officer be approved as requested.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 5, first district.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and a copy of this report be sent to the city of Normandy.
So ordered.
Item number 6, seventh district.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation and a copy of the report to be sent to the city of Eureka.
So ordered.
Item number 7, first district.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
We have one add-on this evening, Mr. Vice Chair. Item number 1, fourth district.
Receive, file, and refer to the planning commission, and that will be the order. Report of the county executive. No report.
And we have no reports of special committees this evening, Mr. Vice Chair.
Okay, public forum, we have 60 speakers tonight. I've polled the county council members, and we're in agreement to extend the traditional 30 minutes to allow everyone to have 1 minute to speak. But we ask you follow the following guidelines, and I'll review them. When you hear your name, please approach the podium and be prepared to speak. We'll also announce the person that will follow next. Please refrain from applause or booing or any other comments that take away from the person's ability to present their thoughts in a civil manner. If audience members are creating applauding or booing, you'll get to discuss it with our nice officer over there. She's very polite. And in order to maintain the proper decorum, please refrain from eating, drinking, use of tobacco products, and electronic smoking devices during the council meeting. First speaker.
Our first speaker this evening is Robert Riley.
Hello, my name is Robert Riley, and I'm a substance abuse counselor at Clayton Behavioral and also the co-founder of the Missouri Network for Opiate Reform and Recovery. And I support raising the age. I speak at about 22 area high schools, and tobacco is the #1 gateway drug in the United States. And the longer we can prolong or intervene in their use, the better off this will be to curb drug use with our teens. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you.
Next speaker is William Hogan, and Mr. Hogan will be followed by Bob Mahachek.
Hi, my name is Bill Hogan, and first of all, I'd like to start tonight by thanking a couple people. Ms. Urban, Mr. Harden, Ms. Wassinger, for voting with us last week. It's a pleasure to see somebody in this council cares to listen to us, even though you may not be our representative. I'm here tonight one more time to ask you to listen to your people and shut this ordeal down. We've had enough. I'm sure you've had enough. Unfortunately, you've backed us into a corner, and I'm here tonight to give you notice that we, the collective homeowners in this area along Bauer Road and Keller Roads, will proceed tomorrow morning with a lawsuit against the county for this project in an effort to shut it down. We believe that we have a sound legal cause. We have hired attorneys in the matter. We will proceed with necessary actions to return the property to its rightful single-family ownership zoning. It should never have been changed. I ask you to stop this madness and spare us this disruptive cost and effort.
Thank you, Bill.
Next speaker is Bob Mahachek, followed by Bill Cramper.
Bob Mahachek, Sunset Meadows. Good evening. Tonight I'm not going to say much, but rather let the facts speak for themselves. Figures from the Missouri Ethics Commission show $48,000 or more from the builder J.H. Baer to the Stanger campaign. Real estate company Devereaux paid in at least $42,500. These same companies also contributed thousands of dollars to certain council members' campaigns, but the big money predominantly goes to Mr. Stanger and gets funneled out from there. How on earth is this not a pay-to-play system? If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it is a duck. The two companies involved have paid almost $100,000 to these people. I can't find any money going from these two companies to any of the 3 no votes on this matter, yet all 4 of the yes votes received money from these guys. You can easily show these votes aren't being bought by recusing yourselves from tonight's vote. The people of St. Louis County deserve better than this culture of special interests, and we'll ask the press to continue to look into this. Thank you. Mr. O'Leary, as I said, it's never
That's
too
1
late.
minute, Mr. Chair.
Even Darth Vader.
Thank you, Bob.
did the right thing. Thank you.
Next speaker is Bill Cramper, followed by Teresa Schwartz.
Bill Cramper, Sunset Meadows. One more time on the apartments. The traffic report uses unrealistic assumptions to reach the conclusion that the apartments would not create traffic problems. However, with realistic assumptions, it's obvious the apartments would create major problems. I sent this information to the Planning Commission, the County Council, and it's been ignored. I pleaded my case from this lectern 4 times. Now I realize that everyone involved in this project actually knows that this project will have serious detrimental effects on our neighborhood. No one cares except for 3 council members. The Planning Commission, Mr. Stanger, 4 council members, County Traffic, and MoDOT have all rubber stamped this proposal from its inception. The Planning Commission report is a joke. They dusted off old plans for South County and used numerous platitudes.
That's 1 minute, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Bill.
Next speaker is Teresa Schwartz, followed by Matt Broom.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Teresa Schwartz. I am a cancer surgeon at SSM Health St. Louis University Hospital, and I'm also the Missouri State Chair for the Commission on Cancer. As a cancer surgeon and physician, I have a tremendous interest in eradicating all preventable causes of cancer-related death, and tobacco is at the top of the list of preventable causes of cancer-related death. The American Cancer Society estimates that smokers are 25 times more likely to develop lung cancer than non-smokers. That research is something you just can't argue with, not to mention the higher risk of kidney, head and neck, bladder, pancreas cancer, as well as heart disease, peripheral vascular disease, stroke, chronic lung diseases, all of which result in astronomically high healthcare costs that come to the city of St. Louis and the county. You will hear tobacco supporters voice concern that increasing the tobacco age from 18 to 21 restricts the civil liberties of the people in this age group. And I find it quite ironic that the very addictive tobacco product they are promoting more effectively robs our 18 to 21-year-olds of their civil liberties and freedom. The fierce addiction to tobacco products is what restricts their liberties and freedom. It is in the best interest of anyone who lives and works in the county of St. Louis to increase the tobacco age from 18 to 21.
Thank you, Dr. Schwartz.
Next speaker is Matt Broom, followed by Bob Francis-Shelley.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Matt Broom. I work at SLU Care and SSM Health Cardinal Galena, and I'm also served for 8 years in the United States Navy at Naval Hospital Okinawa with the 3rd Marines, and then also at Naval Medical Center, Portsmouth, Virginia. I speak tonight about raising the age to 21 regarding tobacco use. 90% of chronic tobacco users in our country started before the age of 19. 1/3 of Marines smoke, 1/4 of our service members. This isn't a matter of a right to fight. This is a matter of us as a country and a county reaching out and saying we're doing what's best for our veterans, for our Marines, for our sailors and our soldiers regarding not only for their own health as a preventable health, but also for their children. There is nothing more indicative as far as for kids choosing to smoke than seeing their parents doing it. 4 times increased incidence and long-term health problems. That's not something we want to wear on our conscience. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Bob Francis-Shelley, followed by Amy Pelker.
Bob Francis-Shelley, Crystal Tree Corners, with 10 reasons why to reject Bill number 180. Area apartments pay an average of $619 in taxes compared to single-family homes at $4,500. Average apartments pay only $318 to the school district compared to $2,400 for single family. Melville already has 3 more students per classroom than the state average and spends $1,500 less per student. Existing apartments all have vacancies, all 6. These apartments are incompatible with our single-family environment. They'll erode home value and reduce total collected taxes. Area apartment complex crime rates currently are unacceptable. A flawed traffic and environmental study jeopardizes drainage, white squirrels, public safety. Number 9, 2,200 voting consumers oppose this bill. And finally, if you have a conflict of interest, please simply excuse yourself from the vote.
Thanks,
It's
Bob.
that simple.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Amy Pelker, followed by Milton Rudy.
Good evening. Amy Pelker from St. Anne. Speaking on Bill 180, I just wanted to point out to the council something to take into consideration. You have a petition with 2,000 signatures, as I've heard here in Chambers. You have had so many speakers on this that you, the council, have decided to only allow them 1 minute to make their cases before you. In the August 2nd election in Council District 6, 21,101 votes were given, making those 2,000 signatures 11% of the voters on this ballot. So if we take that jump to look at the bigger picture, and we had 100% turnout in the district, these 2,000 signatures could very well represent 49% of the actual total voters, and is surely enough to consider a representation of the people. So I ask you to consider voting the will of the people this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Milton Rudy, followed by Denise Strelov.
Milton Rudy from Oakville. It says, when we went through the same kind of encounter with the county council during the National Church Registry fiasco in Oakville and the construction of the new unneeded $22 million library on Gravois, we can only conclude that you don't care to hear from us, that you prefer to honor the donors to your campaigns who will profit from the projects. The Devereaux Company, Barra Development, Steve Stenger campaign. Is it not true that 4 of you voted for this project, accepting thousands of dollars in campaign funds from these guys, and in the case of Mr. Stenger, tens of thousands of dollars passed along to other council people? And now consider Pat Yeager, your designated heir apparent to Mr. O'Leary. She claims to have no position on the matter, yet she accepted a $5,000 contribution from the J.H. Barra Company. Wow, what a coincidence. Looks to me like she would be another unbiased representative for us in the 6th district. Please show you're not payback agents for Stenger. by voting no or at least abstaining from the vote.
Thanks, Milton.
Next speaker is Denise Strelo, followed by Bill Korpecki.
Hello, thank you for listening to us tonight. My name is Denise Strelo, and I live in South County. I've lived there for 35 years or so. I'm here to let you know that raising the tobacco age from 18 to 21 is really important. It's important to me as a county resident. It's important to me as a mother. It's important to me as a public health and a healthcare professional. I am one of those teenagers who started smoking when I was 18 when I was in college. I would like to think that that doesn't happen now, and we can prevent that from happening by raising the tobacco age to 21. I think it's an issue that we need to look at for our children, and we're the only ones who can help protect them from nicotine. It's very addictive, and we can make a difference. So I ask you to vote yes in raising the tobacco age to 21. Thank you very much. We appreciate your help.
Thanks, Denise.
Next speaker is Bill Korpecki, followed by Daniel Gallagher.
My name is Bill Korpecki, Canterbury Farms Homeowners Association. Today in the Post-Dispatch, I wrote a letter to the editors. I'd like to read it. For losers, apartment complex vote is politics at its worst. Last week, the St. Louis County Council met to vote on a proposed apartment complex by J.H. Barrett Properties. During the public meeting, there were 12 or 13 people who spoke against the proposed apartment complex at Tesson Ferry and Bauer Roads. All those who spoke in opposition had valid complaints, valid support, and most of all, the right to be heard. As in any game, there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. Unfortunately, those opposing the construction of the complex were the losers. Not only we were the losers in the county council vote, but we were losers in the amount of time we had to prepare for the battle opposing this project, losers in hearing.
Thank you, Bill.
Next speaker is Daniel Gallagher, followed by Tom Sullivan.
Hello, my name is Daniel Gallagher. I'm here to comment on raising the tobacco age to 21. I appreciate all the previous speakers who talked about the dangers of tobacco and the negative health effects that it has. I'm here to talk about omitting vapor products from the raising of that age. I smoked for around 10 years, and I was able to quit about 5 years ago using vapor products. I'm not saying that's perfect for everybody. I'm not saying it's ideal. That's what I was able to do. So I'm asking that for anybody else who was in a similar situation as I was, they have the opportunity the same as I did, and that they aren't omitted because of their age. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
How old were you when you started smoking?
I was 13 years old.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Tom Sullivan, followed by Matt Kepler.
Mr. Chairman, the proposal for the apartment development in South County is another example of county government virtually being put up for sale under Steve Stinger. The developer and his construction firm have contributed at least $41,500 to Stinger campaigns. Not long ago, there was a proposal to move the county election board to the old Northwest Plaza site that's being redeveloped. The developers contributed $130,000 to the Stinger campaign. The lease could be worth as much as $50 million. Then there was a contract for computer tablets for the election board earlier this year. On March 4th, the requests for proposals were sent out. On March 11th, the owner of one of the vendors contributed $10,000 to the Stinger campaign. A few months later, he was awarded a contract worth $2.1 million. Not long after taking office last year, the county executive picked Craig Concannon as the county judge. Mr. Concannon had contributed $21,000 to the county executive's campaign. It should be noted the Stinger campaign is $400,000 in debt, with virtually all of it owed to Mr. Stinger. Contributions to his campaign could very well end up in his pocket. Campaign contributors now count for more than citizens in St. Louis County.
Thanks.
Approving the South County apartment development would be the latest example. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thanks a lot.
Next speaker is Matt Kepler, followed by Roger Peterson.
Good evening. I'm Matt Kepler with the March of Dimes, and I wanted to share the most recent data from the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services that during a 5-year period, there were 9% of the women in St. Louis County that smoked during their pregnancy. And here in the county, that translates into 5,255 women that substantially increase their risk of premature birth, low birth weight, and other adverse outcomes. What I think is more disturbing is when you break down the data even more so, we found that 27% of those mothers, while they were pregnant, between the ages of 15 and 24 were smokers in St. Louis County. Prematurity is the #1 cause of death and really in the first life, and it's associated with a lot of comorbidities as well, including developmental delay, chronic respiratory problems, and eye issues. It's estimated if maternal smoking was eliminated, infant deaths would be reduced by 5%, and the incidence of low birth weight would be reduced by a little bit over 10%. $122 million per year are spent on neonatal health care costs really attributed to maternal smoking. I thank you for your time, and we ask you to support raising the tobacco age to 21.
Next speaker is Roger Peterson, followed by April Abishan.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Roger Peterson. I'm representing the Missouri chapter of SAFATA, Smoke-Free Alternative Trade Association. SAFATA is the nation's largest trade association, representing over 1,000 small businesses from across the nation, including retail manufacturers, wholesales, distributors, importers, and exporters. We fully support your efforts to increase the smoking tobacco age to 21. I do not agree that vaping should be included. I smoked approximately 2 packs of cigarettes a day for over 40 years. I tried on many occasions to quit using nearly all cessation aids available to 18-year-olds. Nicotine-laced gum patches, lozenges, hypnotherapy, Chantix, etc. None of them worked for me. I was successfully able to substitute smoking with vaping to a point where I no longer smoke and now use zero nicotine products. It would be wrong to deny persons 18 to 21 from legally assessing products that enabled me to quit smoking. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is April Abishan, followed by Lynn Huck.
Hi, my name is April Abishan. I was a smoker for 23 years. I started at a very young age of 13. I tried every available cessation aid to quit smoking, to change what the tobacco was doing to me and my family. I totally support everything that has been said here today by the doctors and agree that we do need to make actual tobacco products harder to get for our younger children. I do not applaud or condone taking away the one product that has been so successful in removing tobacco from so many people in just a short period of time. Tobacco is a huge issue. However, the consumers have made a product that is working, and I feel that we should support that to help anybody that has experienced a tobacco addiction. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Lynn Huck, followed by John Huck.
My name's Lynn Huck. My husband and I own eSig Mania. We have the same objective here, to get people to quit smoking. I started smoking at the age of 16. I smoked for 36 years. I could not quit on the other products on the market until I found my first eSig. 2 months after I started on my eSig, my COPD diagnosis was reversed. E-cigs are much safer than the regular combustible cigarettes. To ban the kids from having access to the one product on the market that has a succession rate such as electronic cigarettes would be wrong. That's all I've got. Thanks.
Thanks.
Next speaker is John Huck, followed by Stephen Tikachek.
Thanks for having us
Hey, John.
today. First of all, 20-year-olds are not kids, but we should be all on the same page here. We don't like cigarettes either, but it's tobacco, STL 21, tobacco-free kids. Who's funding them? Who's behind all that? You know, this goes further. If you pass this ordinance today, you are giving all the corruption in America a win against vapor products. You know, with vapor, it's nobody's saying vapor is 100% safe, but we know it's a better alternative to cigarettes. They just had a report that said 70% of the doctors in the United States recommend e-cigs to their patients. My doctor is one of them. He's an ER doctor, and he also teaches at Washington University. That's all I have to say.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Stephen Tikachek, followed by Corey Knowles.
My name is Stephen Tikachek, and I live on Sarah Ann Court. First of all, I would like to thank council members Irby, Wassinger, and Harder for their vote against the preliminary approval of Bill 180, the 21 Bauer apartment project. You are commended for your support of our efforts to have input in this major change to our community. As far as the rest of the council and Mr. Stinger, I want to express my disappointment in your efforts to thwart all our attempts to be heard on this matter. The developer, builder, and workers of this property have no interest in the well-being of our community and will move on to the next project that will benefit their special interests. That was your responsibility to watch out for us. You can ignore our call for help, vote the way that the special interests demand, but you have no control over the way we vote for future county elections. And we have learned that this debacle, it is imperative that we elect people who represent us. Change will happen, but for those who vote in favor of Bill 180, you should be ashamed for not letting the people directly affected by this decision have their input. The passage of this bill will have a negative impact on your community, on our community, our property value, our lives, and I hope you can live with that.
Thanks, Stephen.
Next speaker is Corey Knowles, followed by Robert Butler.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? I just want to take a minute to let you know that we're here to support getting rid of cigarettes in the hands of our youth. But at the same time, we feel like vapor products need to remain on the market for people in this age bracket who have started smoking. I started smoking when I was 12 years old, smoked for right at 18 years. Without vapor, I don't believe I would still be in the physical shape I'm in today. It's been a tough road for products this year, but we ask that you please take a moment, sit back, and look at these differently from the way you're viewing cigarettes. And that's it. I'd like to thank you all for your time today.
Thanks, Corey.
Next speaker is Robert Butler, followed by Robert Schmidt.
Hi, Bob.
Good evening, Dr. Page. How are you, sir? My name is Dr. Bob Butler. I live in Canterbury Farm Subdivision. I've lived there for 26 years. The art of effective governance is the ability to reach a compromise. The citizens of South County are not opposed to development, but we would like to see a development that stands in the nature of the neighborhood that we live in. Please, we are opposed to a high-density transient development in our neighborhood. We would not be opposed to single-family homes. We come before you tonight expecting representative government at a local level. We elected you to represent the people. The people from our area have overwhelmingly asked and pleaded with you to give us what we ask for in our neighborhood, so our neighborhood maintains the nature that it has had. If that is not the case, the only remedy that we as citizens can have is to take control of the situation ourselves in a productive way through the next election. Thank you very much for your time. Sam, nice to see you.
Guys, we have 40 more speakers. Let's be respectful of everyone's time.
Next speaker is Robert Schmidt, followed by Rick Ruxka.
Good evening, council members. My name is Robert Schmidt, and I live at 10058 Bauer Road, 63128. For months now, we have been presenting you with a wide variety of legitimate concerns about the proposed apartment complex. Council members, none of you live in this area, so we, the residents, have performed our civic duty, taken time out of our busy lives to come here to make you aware and to warn you of the problems that we foresee. We have worked hard to provide you with firsthand information that studies cannot accurately provide. We are the residents who live in the vicinity, and we know the area best. We are the people that have our children in the pressed and overcrowded schools of Melville School District. We travel along Tesson Ferry Road and the narrow, treacherous Bauer and Keller roads daily, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. We are the ones who take our lives in our hands every time we cycle, walk, or jog along these roads. We know, in fact, they cannot handle any more traffic. Look around. There is not one person supporting this. Everyone who has spoke is in opposition. What more do you need? Yes, all of this seems to have fallen on deaf ears. I know, it's ironic. It's ironic. Council members, please. I have reviewed the statements you as individuals made before you were elected. They included promises to listen to the concerns of your electorate, to have a common sense approach to community issues, to preserve neighborhoods, and attract well-planned developments. One example that I will read. I have many. I have collected many examples, but one in particular, I picked one. Mr. O'Leary, you said, I will do everything I can to prove myself as your next 6th District council member when you're elected. So please prove it to us. It is not too late. I need you to prove that, please. We rely on you to represent the best interests of our communities, yet our own elected representative for District 6 appears to have taken an oath of omerta that has effectively left us without any representation. Council members, before you vote any further on this issue, I invite you all individually to come and visit this neighborhood we all love and want to protect in person. Then tell us how this huge quasi-urban, high-density complex is in any way fitting or beneficial in our community. Mr. O'Leary and council members, please stand up for us and fight and vote no or abstain. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry if I've run over time, but thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Rick Grexa, followed by Laura James.
If you're going to start clapping, I'm going to ask you to leave. Please don't.
My name is Richard Grushka, and I'm an associate professor of psychiatry at Washington University School of Medicine, and I'm speaking in favor of legislation to raise the tobacco purchase age to 21 in St. Louis County. I'm very proud that some of my own work has been cited in the report that has led to this nationwide movement to raise the age to 21. Almost 50 years ago, the tobacco industry realized that the way to ensure large numbers of lifelong smokers was to target young people. Scientists were slower to catch on, but we now understand that the developing adolescent brain is uniquely vulnerable to the addicting effects of drugs, including tobacco, which scientists believe is as addicting as heroin. As long as 18-year-olds have legal and convenient access to tobacco products, high school students as young as 14 have easy access as well. To truly reduce teen access to tobacco, the minimum age for purchase needs to be set to 21. This is an opportunity for St. Louis County to set an example for the rest of the state and the nation to adopt a common sense policy that will ensure longer and healthier lives for young people.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Laura James, followed by James Chiodini.
Good evening. My name is Laura James. I'm from Eureka, Missouri. I grew up in Eureka. I moved back to Eureka, and I now work as a certified health education specialist with BJC Healthcare, and I support Tobacco 21 in our county. One thing I'd like to note about vaping products, e-cigarettes, is that they lack FDA approval as a valid method of smoking cessation. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is James Chiodini, followed by Colin Urson.
Hey guys, I'm James Chiodini. I completely support the whole moving cigarettes to 21, but not vapor products. I'll give you the short version of what I said last week. I started smoking when I was 14, smoked 2.5 packs a day all through the military, gave me heart problems, had 3 heart attacks. The only thing that saved me to this day is vapor. I have no more heart problems. I've went and had 3 different heart scans done since I started vaping, and without vapor, I wouldn't be here today, and I can say that 100% confidently. You include vapor in this, you're taking that away from people that were like me. That's all I have to say.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Colin Urson, followed by Bill Hannigan.
Hello, my name is Colin Urson. I, just like everyone else here in the front row, would like to say we don't want vapor products added to the 21 and up. We don't think that's right. Vapor products have saved a lot of people in this country. I used to sell vapor products, and I had many customers who had chronic breathing problems, things like that, who after just a year of switching away from normal tobacco and onto e-cigarettes have felt 1,000 times better and have been able to breathe and not use oxygen tanks and such. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Bill Hannigan, followed by Al Falstich.
Starting at 18 years old, people can be compelled into military service. They can be forced to fight and die for their country, for the freedom of their country. And I think at that point, full freedom should begin for everyone. There shouldn't be any special restrictions for somebody who's 18, 19, or 20. They should enjoy the same freedom that somebody 35 or 40 does. And I hope you respect that philosophical point. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Al Falstich, followed by Adam Mall.
I'm Al Falstich, and I live in Concord, what is called Concord Village, and it's east of the proposed property for the apartments. And I'll be honest with you, ever since it was approved and they were built, all the apartments along Tesson Ferry, we've had numerous problems in the neighborhood, and the police have all been advised, and they know where the problem is, but they just can't catch the people at night doing the things. I even had a neighbor that recently had someone try to come through his kitchen window because they always slept with the window open. And anyway, he stopped the man, and the man took off running as he thought the police were coming at any time. So I appreciate it if you consider it. I mean, the traffic on Tesson Ferry has been increasing all the time, and I don't know how long it's going to go before you have to add another lane to both directions on that road. Thank you.
Next speaker is Adam Mall, followed by Daniel Gufra.
Evening, Council. Adam Mall with Missouri Smoke Free. I just wanted to make a couple of points. When I was reading in the news media that Councilman Page and the Director of Health, Mr. Khan or Dr. Khan, said these two things about vapor products. They said that they are a gateway to smoking, and they're equally as dangerous as smoking. And so if that's the premise to include vapor products, I'm here to let you know there's breaking news. Just published in the Tobacco Control Journal 3 days ago, Monitoring the Future survey had this to say, that they surveyed 15,000 kids, actual kids under the age of 18, and the overwhelming majority don't use nicotine. The next thing that they note from 2010 to 2015 is the smoking rate has been cut in half. So I'm going to ask you, if the smoking rate among our youth has been cut in half, where's the new smokers? So it's ridiculous to put a low-risk product like vapor products into limiting access from 20 to 21-year-olds.
Next speaker is Daniel Gufra, followed by Andy Manzanares.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Daniel Jufra. I grew up in Chesterfield, went to high school in Ladue,
and am currently an undergraduate student at Washington University here in St. Louis. I began to gain an interest in tobacco prevention in high school, and through that journey from Chesterfield through Ladue to University City, every step of the way I've seen peers, friends, and colleagues pick up tobacco products, whether it be a vape, chew, or cigarettes. It's for that reason why I support raising the age of purchase for tobacco to 21 to help keep middle school and high school students in our county from starting to smoke. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Andy Manzanares, followed by Dawa O'Sullivan.
Good evening. My name is Andy Manzanares, and I'm a senior at Washington University in St. Louis. Thank you for having me here. I live in St. Louis County, and I'm also in support of Tobacco 21, raising the age to buy tobacco products to 21. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Dawa O'Sullivan, followed by Robert Blaine.
Good evening. Thanks for having me. My name is Dawa O'Sullivan. I'm also a senior at Washington University. And over my 3, soon to be 4 years, I think I've seen too many of my friends start smoking because of vape products as well as cigarettes. And I want to strongly encourage you guys to raise the legal age for all tobacco products to 21. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Robert Blaine, followed by Greg Porter.
Members of the council, thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Robert Blaine. I'm the Senior Director of Medical Public Policy at Washington University in St. Louis, and I'm here on behalf of the university in support of the legislation to raise the purchase age of tobacco to 21. Physicians at WashU see 900 patients arrive at our clinics every year with a new diagnosis of lung cancer. Those patients say to us time and again that they regret the decisions they made, often as teenagers, to start down the path of addiction and use of this product. I would also just mention, for the record, Washington University prohibits the use of tobacco products, including electronic cigarettes, on all our campuses. These are all dangerous and addictive products, and we need to keep them out of the hands of our kids. I'm also here as a resident of Kirkwood and as a parent of 2 children, and I'm here to support and ask for your support of the Tobacco 21 legislation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Greg Porter, followed by David Scare.
Good evening, Greg Porter, Florissant Unincorporated, North St. Louis County, Chairman of North St. Louis County Problem Solving Committee. As you're aware, I was here last week to speak on behalf of the residents of South County in support who are in opposition of Bill 180, which is on tonight's agenda. My comments this evening are based on my observations at last week's meeting. First of all, 1 minute is not a sufficient time for most people to make their point. And so I think that for myself and many others, I think that it really sends a clear message from the council that you really don't want to hear from the residents regarding this particular issue. Secondly, I think that also a council member should be allowed to make a comment prior to the public forum, which was not be sanctioned, as was the case last week by Council Chair O'Mara. But most importantly, I find it very appalling that the 6th District council member who voted to perfect Bill number 180, even though there was an overwhelming opposition from his constituency.
Just 1 minute, Mr. Vice
Yet,
Chair.
Thank you.
Yet 3 other council members that listened to the affected residents and voted against the bill.
Thanks for your comments. We need to let other people speak.
Next speaker is David Scare, followed by Ron Zitniak.
Honorable council members, my name is David Scare. I'm a research soil scientist for the U.S. Department of Agriculture. I spoke to you the last 2 weeks as a resident of South County. Tonight I speak to you as a scientist. Every area of high-density development heightens the potential for conflict, crime, and potential catastrophe. The earthquakes around the world this last week, like the one in Italy, show the results of high population density in these kinds of events. There are geologic features just south of the Merrimack, geologic features that are faults just south of the Merrimack River along both Seckman and Lonedale roads. I sent you maps today showing you the geologic potential of earthquakes in the St. Louis area. An earthquake or tornado of this type of development heightens the probability for dramatic consequences and should never occur. I ask you to please let your conscience be your guide. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Ron Zitniak, followed by Melissa Wong.
Ron Zitniak. Perceptions is how the county is perceived by the people. It's handled by Mike Anthony of the Call Publishing. He's the executive editor there. Citizens here, under the byline, citizens here disrespected, disenfranchised by the council from August 25th. South County residents aren't getting any respect from the members of the county council, and they're pretty much disenfranchised as well because they certainly are not receiving any representation from Kevin O'Leary, Democrat of Oakville, who represents, in quotes, the 6th district on the council. As we noted last week, O'Leary has done a great job of breaking just about every campaign promise he's made to the voters. Here, for years, the county council has made it clear that it could care less about what South County residents think. But in the past, members of the council at least tried to present an appearance that they did. All pretenses of that vanished at last week's council meeting, which drew a huge contingent of South County residents concerned about the 232-unit apartment complex proposed at Chestnut Ferry and Brower Road. Pretty much, instead, they were disrespected and disenfranchised. And thank you.
Next speaker is Melissa Wong, followed by John Burns. Melissa Wong? Next speaker then is John Burns, followed by Celeste Witzel.
John Burns, owner of Stall Blues Vapors. Good to see some of you again. I smoked for a long time, as I told you in the meeting last week, and I find it very ironic that something that I fought so hard to get out from under, which was cigarettes, which there's been a lot of great comments about tonight. Vaping was my solution to that, yet we're being grouped with something that I couldn't break that addiction no matter what. And vaping was the first time I was able to break that. And I've had a discussion with a lot of my 21 and younger constituents coming to our shop, and they're very disappointed that they're not going to have the legal opportunity to continue on that path to stay off cigarettes. You know, and I've not talked to one person in 5 years of selling vape products that's ever came in and said, because of these vape cigarettes, I started smoking. I have never, ever heard that, not once. And that to even be presented is just ridiculous. That's all.
Next speaker is Celeste Witzel, followed by Laura Turner.
Good evening, Council. Mr. O'Leary, you have the opportunity to either be a hero or one of the most hated men in South County. I hope that you won't become the next Benedict Arnold, traitor to your constituents. We really want you to be brave. We don't want you to be a coward when you take the vote. We really want you to be a leader, and we don't want to be disappointed. We know that you have the ability to do the right thing for the people of South County. We really hope that you don't cave to the special interests and that you do the right thing for the people and that you really listen to them. It's amazing the number of people who have been here for these weeks and the fact that they're pleading with you and you're not listening to them. You have the ability to do the right thing and to be brave. I hope you will do so.
Next speaker is Laura Turner, followed by Natalie Giblin.
Good evening. I'm here with the American Lung Association and also as a resident of Maryland Heights in the county. And I want to share a few words in support of raising the minimum age to buy tobacco products. The American Lung Association strongly supports increasing the minimum age for the sale of tobacco products to 21 years old. And this includes e-cigarettes and vape products, which are newly deemed tobacco products by the FDA. And they have also not been found to be safe and effective to help smokers quit. Each year in Missouri, an estimated 4,800 kids under the age of 18 become daily smokers. And according to a research study by the National Academy of Medicine, increasing the minimum of age for sale of tobacco products to at least 21 years old would reduce smoking by 25% for 15 to 17-year-olds and 15% for 18 to 20-year-olds. And this is a strong evidence that this policy would prevent nicotine addiction for many St. Louis County youth. Thank you for your support, and thank you for doing your part to protect kids and teens in our area.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Natalie Giblin, followed by Jacob Metz.
Hi.
Hi, good evening. My name is Natalie Giblin. I'm here as a
resident of St. Louis County. I'm here to support the raise the age of purchasing tobacco products to 21 years old. I've seen many of my peers start smoking just as a way to pass the time and because it was easy. I think raising the age would prove a worthy obstacle to prevent this scary and concerning habit. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Jacob Betts, followed by Philip Abraham.
Good evening. My name is Jacob Metz, and I am an undergraduate student at Washington University, and I live in the county. And I speak to everyone on this council tonight just to reiterate already what a veteran, several faculty on the Washington University, a substance abuse counselor, many residents, and several healthcare professionals have already said, and that's to vote yes on raising the age for the sale of tobacco products from 18 to 21. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Philip Abraham, followed by Julie Mentz.
Good evening, Council. So last week, you had asked for more evidence, and so this is what I'm going to give you. JAMA published a long-term study about 694 children, youth, and young adults who showed that there's a progression to traditional cigarette smoking after starting e-cigarette use, up to nearly 19%. JAMA Pediatrics had also published a separate study looking at 10 public high schools in Los Angeles, showing that those children who had used e-cigs at baseline compared with non-users were more prone to starting cigarettes. Additionally, July 2016, a children's health study showed that in 11th to 12th graders, there were 6 times increase in converting from e-cigarettes to traditional cigarette users. That's the long-term evidence that we have. 1.5% of high schoolers were using e-cigs in 2011 nationally, and that number jumped to 13% in 2014. In Missouri, now 22% of high schoolers use e-cigarettes. What I don't want is us to waste time and wait until our children are high schoolers to become users of tobacco. As far as I see it, you, Stephen and Alderman, are blessed to stop this from happening. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Julia Mentz, followed by Placetta Clayton.
Hi, my name's Julia Menzie, and I am against the apartments on Bauer. I do live on Bauer, and I got the privilege of speaking to a retired detective about the crime that occurs in apartment complexes. I understand they handle a lot of thefts, drugs, rapes, assaults, burglaries, domestic violence, alcohol problems, derelict vehicles, vehicle theft, breaking into cars, at rare occasions, homicide, arson, and bombs. I was very privileged to speak to him about that. And I would also like to see if a study was done. If someone makes a left turn onto Tesson Ferry during rush hour, what are the chances of having an accident? Also, I would like to put it out there that we voted for Mr. O'Leary. We expect him, we are wanting him to vote for us now. And if he doesn't vote for us, I say we should boycott his restaurant at 3828 South Lindbergh. Thank you.
Next speaker is Placetta Clayton, followed by Israel Hilario. Placetta Clayton. Then Israel Hilario, followed by Jennifer Suits. Then Jennifer Suits, followed by Leanne Chilton.
Council. I'm Jennifer Suits, and I am president of BRAVE, Bi-State Regional Advocates for Vaping Education. We are a grassroots consumer group with no ties to the industry or financial benefit from this. Just a bunch of volunteers. Most of us started smoking. By the way, I'm also a resident of Maplewood, so Councilman Dolan, personally asking you to do what I'm requesting here, and that is to make an amendment to the Tobacco 21, which we do support fully with the exception of removing vaping products. Getting vaping products, putting vaping products into the same category as cigarette is like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It is exactly the opposite. It helps people to quit smoking, even young people, and it is, the statistics that you heard are not only cherry-picked, but some of them are inconclusive and not applicable to children. I would be happy to provide you with more information, but vapor products are not tobacco products, simply and clearly, and they do not need to be lumped in to be banned. This
That's
helps
1 minute
people
to
to quit.
Thanks, Jennifer.
And I ask that you for extra time.
Thank you.
Not here.
Next speaker is Leanne Chilton, followed by Valerie Moran.
Hi, Leanne.
Good evening, members of the council. I'm here on the T21 issue. I live in unincorporated South County, and full-time I represent BJC Healthcare. I'm their Director of Public Policy, and on behalf of BJC Healthcare, we argue, we support, we want you passionately to look at this issue. I was a young smoker too, and I do not smoke anymore, which is obviously a good thing, but on behalf of what WashU said and what BJC believes, smoking at a young age does create long-term smokers. You would think we have a financial interest in getting people to have smoking issues, but we don't. We have a patient issue. We don't want young people to smoke. So we really, truly hope that you will be supporting Representative Page, my goodness, County Councilman Page's proposal on T21. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Valerie Moran, followed by Dylan Pender.
My name's Valerie Moran. I'm a 60-year resident of Bower Road. I've seen a lot of changes, nice homes being built in our neighborhood. We've been told all these years we can have sewers. We still don't have sewers, but all of a sudden there's going to be sewers for 232 apartments. I don't understand that at all. The traffic is a nightmare. So I am asking you to please, and I know one of these members here on the council has been to our home, so they know exactly what it is like on Bower Road and coming out of there at the stoplight. Please, please rethink this and don't ruin our neighborhood. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Dylan Pender, followed by Gloria McBride.
Hello, my name is Dylan Pender. I'm here to talk about the T121 law. I'd like to start off by saying that I started smoking when I was about 13 years old. And it wasn't until the age of 18 that I was actually able to quit with vapor products. Now, I'd like to say I'm an advocate for the T21. I do agree that tobacco products should be purchased at 21. That being said, vapor products should be allowed for people who are currently in the situation to where they are addicted to tobacco products under the age of 21. Unless you've been in that situation, you don't know how hard it is to get out of it, and not having any alternative options gives you kind of more leadway, so to say, to go back to your tobacco products. It's not hard to get a tobacco product under the age that you guys have set. Like I said, I started when I was 13. I don't fully agree with people doing it underage, but it does happen. But if you do so happen to pass this law, you are getting rid of alternative ways for people to get out of the habits that they are in. The FDA has done studies on vapor products, but they haven't done any long-term studies showing how long it's going to affect you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Gloria McBride, followed by Robert Mency.
My name is Gloria McBride. I live at 12834 Tammy K Drive. I have attended all of the council meetings, and like you have heard all of the reasons that South County is opposed to the Bower 21 apartments, so there's no reason to repeat it. My one concern is that the only people who have ever spoken in favor of the apartments are by the people who are on the payroll for Barrow. I sent emails to all of the council members, and I requested that I receive an email back letting me know when my email was opened. Only 3 people opened my email. I did receive an email back letting me know that several members deleted my email without opening it. Sadly, 2 of those people are my representative, Mr. O'Leary, and his assistant, Diane Valenti. How very sad. I am a retired teacher in the Lindbergh School District, and one thing that I did every month was had a character word. And one of the words I liked the best was integrity. My 5-year-old students could tell you integrity means doing the right thing even if no one is looking. I applaud the 3 members who voted no. You have integrity. You opened your email. You listened to the people, and you voted no.
That's 1 minute.
It is not too late for others to have integrity. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Next speaker is Robert Mency, followed by Dennis Cronin.
Council, good evening. I would like to say I oppose Bill 180. And I would like to say I want to thank the council members that did vote for that, to vote against Bill 180. And Councilman O'Leary, it's not too late to do the right thing. Give the money back if you have to, okay? I mean, I'm just saying, let's do the right thing for the people here, okay? And I want to say one other thing too. Keep in mind, we keep calling this Tesson Ferry. It's actually Highway 21. It's a highway, and it comes straight from Jefferson County. A lot of people from Jefferson County come up that highway in the morning. It's bumper to bumper nonstop. If it wasn't for the stoplights, they couldn't get through, and we wouldn't get out. Okay, so to rely on just stoplights in this, let's not kid ourselves. It's suicide for them people making a left turn on Tesson Ferry. Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Dennis Cronung, followed by Alexander Bishop.
Dennis Craning, live in Sunset Meadows, adding my voice against Bill 180. The only issue I'm going to deal with is the overbuilding of apartment complexes. There's a Collier International article that says there's about a 94.8% occupancy rate, 2,600 new apartment units being built, and more importantly, of the 6 St. Louis County geographic areas, the only one that has more apartments is North County, and it's triple the size of South County. That's it.
Thanks.
Next speaker is Alexander Bishop, followed by Bob Schaefer.
Good evening. My name is Alex Bishop, and I am 20 years old, and I work at Smoke Smart Vapor Store. I am against including vapor products with the T21. If it weren't for vapor products, I'd still currently be smoking, and I deal with plenty of customers every day between the ages of 18 and 20 who are thankful that they are able to vape instead of smoke now. And that's all I have to say.
Thanks, Alex.
Next speaker is Bob Schaefer, followed by Damon Broadus.
Evening. My name is Bob Schaefer. I live in the Meadows at Quail Creek and have been a resident and voter in South St. Louis County for over 40 years. I would like to thank the following council members for their vote against your 180 property development. Councilman Irby, Harder, and Wassinger. They voted for South County. I feel like Cervantes Don Quixote to do an impossible task. I want to change 2 votes to no on this development. Traffic. There's 100 cars on 21 tonight coming here at 21 in Kennerly. School system, quality of the neighborhood. Councilman O'Leary, what does your good friend John Goodman think of your lack of communication and voting against South County residents? We supported your restaurants. We voted for you. Now this. Councilman, I don't want you to be South County's version of Stan Kroenke. Vote no. Thank you.
Next speaker is Damon Broadus, followed by Karen Englert.
Good evening, all. My name is Damon Broadus. I'm a resident of Baldwin, Missouri. I work professionally as the Health Equity Director for the American Heart Association, raising awareness about the risk factors related to heart disease and stroke, specifically in the African American and the Hispanic communities. I'm here in support of Tobacco 21 STL, and I'm asking you to vote yes on ordinance number 199 to raise the minimum legal sales age of all tobacco products from 18 to 21. As a father of a teen who recently graduated from high school, I heard from her regularly. Yes, you heard me right. A young teen that spoke to her father and talked to her about the peer pressures that she faced with regards to using vaping products to at least try them out, as well as other tobacco products. Fortunately, she didn't find any of it appealing. Unfortunately, among high school students in 2015, 11% smoked cigarettes and 22% used electronic cigarettes. As a public health professional, I believe we should be doing all we can to prevent all children from a lifelong daily addiction to tobacco use. Please vote yes on St. Louis Tobacco 21, ordinance number 199.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Karen Englert, followed by Kevin Broom.
Good evening, council members.
Before tonight started, you should have received a packet. In that packet, there was a lot of information. The first thing you saw in that packet was an advertisement that we were told last week didn't exist from the vaping industry about how they'd never target youth. So there's a copy of that advertisement for you. And there as well is also a lot of information from public health organizations about the FDA deeming of tobacco products, which includes e-cigarettes and vaping products. So this came from the FDA. They consider vaping products tobacco products. That being said, you cannot be a cessation product and a tobacco product. It doesn't work that way. You have to be one or the other. And the FDA said they're a tobacco product. And so for Tobacco 21, we include all tobacco products. It is our goal to make sure that our kids are safe from all tobacco products. And if we can prevent them from starting, we don't need to keep them and stop them from quitting.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
Final speaker this evening is Kevin Broom.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kevin Broom. I'm a assistant professor of health management policy out at St. Louis University, and I'm also a retired Army lieutenant colonel. And I'm here to dispel the notion that military service should be used to justify doing something as destructive as using tobacco products. So I support the Tobacco 21.
Thanks.
No more speakers, Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you. Thanks to everyone for their professional and civil comments. That was well done.
Move on to introduction of bills, Mr.
Yes.
Vice Chair.
Thank you.
Bill number 202, introduced by Councilmember Page for Councilmember O'Meara, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to accept a grant of up to $1,000 from the Office of State Courts Administrator, appropriating the same for support of training for the Family Court Specialized Girls Treatment Program Leader, and authorizing the county executive to execute necessary documents. Bill number 203, introduced by Councilmember Page for Councilmember O'Meara, an ordinance amending Chapter 503, Title 5 St. Louis County Revised Ordinances 1974 as amended Board of Equalization by repealing and reenacting Section 503.045 pertaining to compensation for members of the Board of Equalization. Bill number 204, introduced by Councilmember Page for Councilmember O'Meara, an ordinance amending ordinance number 25,987 by repealing and reenacting Sections 1 and 2 pertaining to acceptance and appropriation of grants from the Missouri Secretary of State for use by the Board of Election Commissioners for election-related expenses. Bill number 205, excuse me, introduced by Councilmember O'Leary, an ordinance amending the St. Louis County zoning ordinance and the official zoning district maps by changing the boundaries of the C8 Planned Commercial District, the FPC8 Floodplain Planned Commercial District, the NU Non-Urban District, the FPNU Floodplain Non-Urban District, the R1 Residence District, and the FPR1 Floodplain Residence District as provided herein. PC 24-16, White Flag Christian Church. Bill number 206, introduced by Councilmember Harder, an ordinance amending the St. Louis County zoning ordinance and the official zoning district maps by changing the boundaries of the FPM3 Floodplain Industrial District and the FPNU Floodplain Non-Urban District as provided herein. PC 26-16, St. Louis County Planning Commission. Bill number 207, introduced by Councilmember Harder, an ordinance amending the St. Louis County zoning ordinance and the official zoning district maps by changing the boundaries of the FPNU Floodplain Non-Urban District and the FPM3 Floodplain Planned Industrial District, and approving the application and preliminary plans for the development in the FPM3 Floodplain Planned Industrial District of attractive land, subject to conditions PT 27-16, Simpson Materials. Mr. Chair, that is all the bills. Move on to correction bills, Mr. Vice Chair. Bill number 8, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
We'll hold Bill number 8.
Second.
Bill number 194, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Move to perfect Bill number 194.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Bill
Bill is
number
perfected.
190, I'm sorry.
Bill is perfected.
Bill number 195, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Move to perfect Bill number 195.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 195 is perfected.
Bill number 196, introduced by Councilmember Harder.
I move to perfect Bill number 196.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 196 is perfected.
Bill number 197, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move to perfect Bill number 197.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 197 is perfected.
Bill number 198, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Move to perfect Bill number 198.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 198 is perfected.
Bill number 199, introduced by Councilmember Page. Mr. Vice Chair, we have a substitute bill.
Please read the substitute bill.
Substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 199, introduced by Councilmember Page, an ordinance amending Chapter 602 of Title 6 St. Louis County Revised Ordinances 1974 as amended, entitled Public Health, by repealing or reenacting Section 602.300, 602.310, 602.360, 602.361, 602.363, 602.364, 602.367, 602.369, and 602.370 pertaining to the licensing and sale of tobacco products and electronic smoking devices.
I move for adoption of substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 199.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 1 for substitute 199 is adopted. Please read the substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 199 for perfection.
Substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 199, introduced by Councilmember Page.
Move to perfect substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 199.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
Abstain.
Motion carries. Bill number 199 is perfected.
Bill number 200, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Move to perfect Bill number 200.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 200 is perfected.
Bill number 201, introduced by Councilmember Wassinger.
I move to perfect Bill number 201.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 201 is perfected.
Mr. Vice Chair, moving on to final passage of bills. Bill number 116, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
Please hold Bill 116.
Bill number 116 is held.
Bill number 180, introduced by Councilmember O'Leary.
Please hold Bill number 180.
Bill number 180 is held.
Bill number 181, introduced by Councilmember Page for Councilmember O'Meara.
Move for final passage of Bill number 181.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Page.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara. Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary.
Aye.
Councilmember Harder.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on Bill number 181, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 181 is finally passed.
Bill number 182, introduced by Councilmember Page for Councilmember O'Meara.
Move for final passage of Bill number 182.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Page.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara. Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary.
Aye.
Councilmember Harder.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on Bill number 182, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 182 is finally passed.
Bill number 183, introduced by Councilmember Page for Councilmember O'Meara.
Move for final passage of Bill number 183.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Page.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara. Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary.
Aye.
Councilmember Harder.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on Bill number 183, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 183 is finally passed.
Bill number 184, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for final passage of Bill number 184.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Page.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara. Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary.
Aye.
Councilmember Harder.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on Bill number 184, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 184 is finally passed.
Bill number 185, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for final passage of Bill number 185.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Page.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara. Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary.
Aye.
Councilmember Harder.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on Bill number 185, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 185 is finally passed.
Bill number 186, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move for final passage of Bill 186.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby.
Aye.
Councilmember Page.
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara. Councilmember Dolan.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary.
Aye.
Councilmember Harder.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on Bill number 186, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 186 is finally passed.
Bill number 187, introduced by Councilmember Page for Councilmember O'Meara.
Move for final passage of Bill number 187.
Second.
A roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on Bill number 187, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 187 is finally passed.
Bill number 188, introduced by Councilmember O'Leary.
I move for final passage of Bill 188.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on Bill number 188, Mr. Vice Chair, on Bill number 188, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 188 is finally passed.
Bill number 189, introduced by Councilmember Wassinger.
I move for final passage of bill number 189.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Vice Chair, on Bill number 189, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 189 is finally passed.
Bill number 190, introduced by Councilmember O'Leary.
I move for final passage of Bill 190.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Vice Chair, on Bill number 190, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 190 is finally passed.
Bill number 191, introduced by Councilmember O'Leary.
I move for final passage of Bill number 191.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Abstain.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Vice Chair, on Bill number 191, there are 5 ayes, 1 absent, and 1 abstaining.
One abstention. Yes, thank you. Bill number 191 is finally passed.
Bill number 192, introduced by Councilmember O'Leary.
I move for final passage of Bill number 192.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Vice Chair, on Bill number 192, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 192 is finally passed.
Bill number 193, introduced by Councilmember Page for Councilmember O'Meara.
I move for final passage of Bill number 193.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Vice Chair, on Bill number 193, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 193 is finally passed.
Moving on to resolutions, Mr. Vice Chair, we have one this evening. Resolution number 1, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for adoption of resolution number 1.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Leary?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Vice Chair, on resolution number 1, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Resolution number 1 is adopted.
We have nothing under unfinished business this evening, Mr. Vice Chair, so we'll move to new business, and under new business, we have 2 prepared orders.
I move for adoption of orders number 1 and 2.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Orders 1 and 2 are adopted.
Mr. Chair, make a motion for adjournment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're adjourned.